Welcome back to Bicycle Barbecue October, the series that isn't filmed during October. And you know what? I'm tired of all the beach fire pits being taken, so we're going up to the mountains to have a barbecue. We're here at San Bernardino Depot. We're about to take Mountain Transit Route 6 to Crestline and then bike on down to Silverwood Lake. My fare is $4.50 to go that many zones. Originally I was going to bike up the Cajon Pass to the 138 to Silverwood, but I remembered this bus exists, so it's called cheating. I get to bike downhill instead of uphill. It exists. It's the wide tire compatible bike rack. Our journey begins as we exit San Bernardino Depot station, spotting a broken down Victor Valley bus. I love that paint job though. It's a good thing Mountain Transit serves both San Bernardino Metrolink stations. The way the schedules line up, I would have missed this bus had I taken the train all the way to downtown. Oddly, Mountain Transit doesn't allow e-bikes. I guess all those wide tire bikers are just really fit. Seatbelts are probably a good idea considering how fast and twisty this route is. We get on the 215 freeway briefly and exit at Highland Avenue to serve the St. Bernardine Medical Center.
Bernardine Medical Center, Highland Avenue and Waterman Avenue.
We eventually make our way up to Waterman Avenue towards the mountains. Alright, going up. As we begin our ascent, I get a shot of the famous Arrowhead Monument, or as most people know it around here, the thing on the Arrowhead bottled water logo. The views keep getting better and better as we zoom up the mountains. The road we're on is California State Route 18, also known as Rim of the World Highway. We break off of Highway 18 to the 138 towards Crestline. This map's actually wrong, this is the 18 down here. The 6 goes all the way to Lake Arrowhead, but I'm getting off at the first stop here at Linder Tires, where the route turns off the 138. Wow, that was amazing and amazingly fast. I think that might have been a bit overkill for how much climbing we needed to do, but now we could cruise it downhill to Silverwood. Check out this bench. That's a sweet bench. By the way, this bus doesn't run weekends, so we're gonna bike back tomorrow through the Cajon Pass with some awesome train spotting probably, and even more downhills. I feel like this is a good call because it's August and in San Bernardino it's like 101 degrees, where up here it's notably like 20 degrees cooler. Feels great. Let's just hope that all the hike and bike spots aren't taken, but I'm reasonably confident they aren't because who the heck's biking up to Silverwood Lake? For reference, this weekend all the regular vehicle camping spots at Silverwood Lake were sold out, along with every state park campground within a 100-mile radius. That's the beauty of the hike and bike spots. They're not reservation based and are in far less demand. 138 to the lake, and oh my gosh, downhill right away into the Valley of Enchantment. Here to report it's not entirely downhill per se, but the pavement is really nice. Okay, this is not what I was expecting. There was a bit of climbing here for less than a mile. Then after the junction with Old Mill Road, it got super steep downhill. Stopping to let my brake pads cool down. That's not something I usually have to do, but I felt like I smelled burning rubber. It's so downhill. I mean, I thought I was gonna snap my brake cables, but so far so good. The price I pay for being lazy, not wanting to go uphill. Okay, I don't think it was my brake pads that were burning, it was someone else's. It's just like a trail of brake dust in the air. The 138 eventually flattens out and we get a nice view over Silverwood Lake. From what I remember, over there is the swim beach and the marina, and the campgrounds are more further this way. The entrance to the lake is a bit annoying to get to from this side because you have to backtrack a bunch, but we eventually get there. My campsite was only $10, and I seem to be the only hike and bike user today. It's been a while since I've been here. That is some really good tasting water, I must say. There is a notice about bears, so we'll see what kind of provisions they have for keeping my food not in my tent. Because I don't think saying don't nobody want none to a bear is going to work out. Well, I found a swim beach on this coast, and I think I took a wrong turn because I'm pretty sure the campground is on top of that mesa, hence the term mesa campground. Oh, look at that mini fire hydrant, that's so cute. I made my way back up the hill to find the hike and bike spots. We're on the right track. There we are. This looks like the bear locker to keep your food safe, and fire pits. I take it this one hasn't been used that much. Perhaps not a lot of people bike to Silverwood Lake. Nice secret path. Oh, there's another one. Oh, I think that's poison oak. I decided I'm gonna go with this one because it seems most shielded from the wind, and I don't have to walk through poison oak to get to it. And it's next to the locker thingy, and it doesn't have plants growing in the fire pit. Tent has successfully been set up. That is the new one that I used once before, and I think it's dance time. All right, let's cook some food. Let's lighten up good. So I got my frying pan. We are going to cook some quesadillas. This month I've been experimenting with re-adding dairy to my diet, so to disappoint the vegans among us. Yeah, that's happening. And it's such an easy thing to cook on a fire. We got the tortilla, we put on some cheese, and we put it next to fire. Yeah, something like that. This is immensely satisfying to watch. Remember when I was a kid, I wanted to work for Taco Bell.
I'd rather work at Taco Bell, make music and DJ and live life swell.
And I didn't really bring anything to serve it on, so I just used this extra piece of cardboard. By the way, this video brought to you by headlamps. Ooh, hot. I must say, quesadilla probably wins the award for easiest bicycle barbecue food to prepare. No Dutch oven needed, no ridiculous pancake mix flipping it over. Just put it on, let it melt, take it off before it starts burning, and everyone's happy. Alright, and we'll check in tomorrow where we'll bike down the Cajon Pass. My plan is to leave really early so to avoid the wind that kicks up later in the day. As I learned last time I biked in the Cajon Pass, that it's just really exceptional wind in the afternoon because the way the topography is, all the wind just gets funneled through the Cajon Pass. As far as getting here was concerned, that was a really awesome downhill, but also kind of scary and really a test of my brakes on my bike, especially with all the weight of the camping equipment. But at least I didn't have to bike uphill that much. That was an awesome bus ride. Really amazing views. Those drivers must have nerves of steel or just lots of experience. But yeah, Silverwood Lake, great spot. Much like my camping trip in Potrero last year, it is also a full moon. It is quite bright. Alright, it's 3:30 in the morning, and I know I said I was leaving early, but I didn't expect this early. But just the romanticism of biking through the Cajon Pass during a full moon, making it to the first San Bernardino line in Metrolink is just too good to pass up. So we're gonna head out. Let's go see some trains. And I know I kind of wanted to take a swim in the lake, but realistically, if I go home and take a shower, there's a good chance I'll probably be showering with the same water that was once in this lake, because this is imported water that we use in our faucets. All right, got the rig all set up. Before we leave, making sure to not forget the stuff I left in the bear locker. Yeah. And we are off. Now I know there's a section of the 15 we have to bike on the freeway, but that shouldn't be a problem. As we say goodbye to Silverwood Lake, which would be a good view if this was daytime. Oh, I just realized I forgot to make a joke. Silverwood Lake, not to be confused with Silver Lake in LA. This is, as they would say, quite a religious experience. It's so fresh, such a smooth downhill, such good pavement. I think those lights up ahead is the 15 up through the Cajon Pass, so we'd be there really soon. We got signs of civilization and more traffic. Admittedly, the shoulder hasn't been the most consistent, but not bad for the amount of traffic back there. Hopefully, more shoulder. Trains. Brr, shiver me timbers and all that. The temperature dropped like 20 degrees down that awesome downhill. I'm gonna say this right now, I do not recommend this ride. It is kind of treacherous. The shoulder was inconsistent and the hill is kind of crazy. But we made it to the 15. Cajon Boulevard ends right here, so we have to get on the freeway to rejoin it where it does actually exist. It's about 5:30 in the morning and the sun is making its appearance, so just as the moon is setting, we got it. Alright, that was fun. We made it just as the last glimpses of the moonlight to Cajon Boulevard. We are now on territory I've actually biked on before, so it should be familiar. And there's not that much wind to speak of, so I at least accomplished that goal. The noteworthy thing over here is there's some stretches of the original Route 66 pavement, because this is the way it went through. Might stop to look at some trains, otherwise we're highballing it to San Bernardino. This is such redemption, because the last time I was biking through here, I was pedaling my ass off going downhill and getting nowhere. But today it's so easy, so beautiful. And the first Metrolink leaves in half an hour, so I probably have a ghost of a chance at making it. If not, it's all right. We're not in the rush. Okay, I probably missed Metrolink, but I just wanted to point out that I love the 50-foot wide bike lane. Hey look, rail car trucks. We've made it back, and apparently the bridge to the depot is out of service, so that might have made me late anyways. Since I didn't film much, let me describe what happened. It's a nice gradual downhill. You go through like SoCal warehouse hell for a bit. Then it smelled like horse poop, and there's more truck yards. Then it looked really ghetto, and now we're here. And I ran over some broken glass, so I had to pump my tire. So, yeah, not bad for a Friday to Saturday morning weekend trip. The things we do for barbecue. When they have to say shopping carts prohibited, does that mean it's a creep factor area? Hey, we made it to downtown San Bernardino Transit Center. For reference, there's where Mountain Transit picks up. There's the 5 and then the one we took. And then the decrepit looking Victorville schedule on a piece of paper. Aw. That'd be the first Inland Empire Orange County train to Oceanside. I think instead of waiting for Metrolink, I'll try the 14 to the 61 or the 14 to the 66.